to stick with it to master the whole piece. But again, no matter how much time you have to practice, you want to level up, and that way you feel confident when you're done. You might not know the whole piece, but that way you're not ending in frustration, and you're ending in confidence and ready to come back to it the next time that you do that. So you want to play guitar like Alip and you don't know where to get started. Well, let's talk about a few tips and tricks to help you along the way. The first thing is how you practice. You want to sound really good when you practice, and so a very easy way to do, if you have an iPhone, is to use this. It's the headset that comes with it, the earbuds and the microphone, and an app called GarageBand has a little bit of compression, a little bit of I'm going to put a link to the description of some apps that you can get on an Android phone. You don't need a fancy guitar like he has to be able to play what he's playing. This is a Sigma. In the US, I paid less than $150 for this. Really, any guitar will work that you can get your hands on. Solid top sounds better. You want at the 12th fret, you want the strings to be no more than 2 millimeters high right here at the 12th fret. And a couple things you can do to adjust that is you can look down the neck, see if it's straight, and the little wrench that comes with this, there's a hole inside, and you can turn it to tighten or loosen it, and that will straighten out your neck. That will help. If it's still more than 2 millimeters high, you can take the strings off, pull out this saddle, and you can file down the bottom of that a little bit at a time, put it back on until you get to that 2 millimeter mark. That's going to make a big difference. Let's talk about tunings. You want to know what tuning he's using, because most of them aren't standard. The one I was using a minute ago tunes to a very different tuning. It's a D, A, C, G, B, D, and so you change the tuning on 3 of the strings, and that changes all the chords. And so you want to make sure you get the right tuning before you try to play it, because it's not going to work otherwise. It's really difficult to just try to do all of that and remember all of that. It's really impossible. Just sit down and play something like Sweet Child of Mine. He's doing things with both hands. You really got to get used to a certain part before you can add the other hand. So you want one of those to be second nature, to where you can just automatically do it without thinking about it, and then you can add in the other parts. So pick the opening phrase and get that down first before you move on to the next part. So that would be one little phrase that you would work on, and just master that before you go to the next part. Okay, and then you keep adding to that, and then when you go to add the right hand, which is playing the bass line, then you're going to want to practice that separately. So practice just that part with your right hand, and then try to put them together. Watch his technique. He's relaxed. He's not tensing up, and really, he's just relaxed when he's playing. It's you want to get to that point where, you don't have to think about it. You're not tense, because that's going to wear out your muscles. and you're not going to be able to play as well or as cleanly. You're going to make more mistakes. The more tense you are. So you want to relax. You want to tell yourself to breathe and take your time and be relaxed as you're going through this. It takes some persistence and really some obsession to stick with it to master the whole piece. But again, no matter how much time you have to practice, you want to level up, and that way you feel confident when you're done. You might not know the whole piece, but that way you're not ending in frustration, and you're ending in confidence and ready to come back to it the next time that you do that. As you're slowing down the videos, watch his ornaments, his phrasing. He does these pre-bends. He does these things where he plays the note up here and he bends it, pushing it down above the nut. Really cool techniques that you can incorporate into your own playing. These flicks, he does really cool things like that. So pay attention to hey, make your own transcriptions like that. Copy his style. Pick a melody that you really like, and look for ways that you can play this same note somewhere else. Where is it? There we go. See, if you change the tuning, you don't know where you are. So find ways to make the chords and keep the melody going in new places. That's how he does that. He's playing the melody, but he's moving it around so that he can make the chords and still keep that melody going. It takes some time and some brilliance to work that out, but it's incredible when you see the result.